Number 7, Kristen Chavez. And number 6, Alvin Pasao. Representing Team Wilkins Muntinlupa. Number 4, Carlos Finiquito. Number 5, Aljun Gria. Number 6, David Carlos. And number 7, Gerard London.
It will be Wilkins versus Wilkins up next. Wilkins Balanga versus Wilkins Muntinlupa. Charles Chu signing out. Carlo Pamintuan staying in this contest for you guys. We thank you once again for checking us out on our live stream, Facebook and YouTube. This is Chooks to Go Pilipinas 3x3 Magiting Cup. This is our third leg of our competitions. Long lineup.
This could be the matchup of the day. David Carlos
Wilkins Muntinlupa, they lost the first game as our players are getting warmed up. There, David Carlos having a nice laugh with Alvin Pasaol as we welcome to the panel Miss Mara.
Very first time here. We have a great game happening right now. It's my first time to be in panel.
welcome, Mara.
Thank you.
Mara will do courtside duties a little later on for our second batch of panelists. Of course, Noli Ayala, Mark Zambrano. We still have some action to bring to you guys before we head on to our quarterfinals. No, you've talked to a lot of these players. David Carlos is more often than not a slam dunk competitor, but he's testing it out here and playing 3x3.
Actually, he put his Wilkins Muntinlupa together, personally handpicked them from, they're actually his former teammates. And he was really excited. The first time they played together was second leg, which was 4 games ago. They were the earliest to come here. Ganun sila ka-excited maglaro. They want to show what they've got.
There we go, David Carlos scoring on the first basket of the ball game. Like how he started in their first matchup. Pisikalan itong dalawang to. Meanwhile, that's a nice pass from David. Good start mula dito sa Muntinlupa. Rebound from Alvin Pasaol. Loses it to Carlos.
It's too small down there.
At itong Wilkins Balanga, actually, they're just coming back from this weekend's tournament, Manila Challenger. They got to compete with international teams. We didn't get the results we wanted, but we got the experience that we were trying to gain from the international tournament.
Not able to make it into the quarterfinals, only passing as a Philippine representative. Final 8. Nakatapos lamang, as Mara said, the Manila Challenger. But it was great to see a challenger actually hosted here in Manila, Mara.
Oh, actually, yes. We had the number 2 team, Riga Ghetto, even the number 1 player in the world, Carlos Lasmanis. It was great to see them face our Philippine team. And Carlos had great things to say about our 5 Philippine teams that competed this weekend.
But you can really feel that we are bridging that gap. Dati, ang layo, halos hindi mo ma-imagine our players and international players sharing the same floor. But now we're working on it. We're building towards our 3x3 program aspect. We send it over to Miss Ira Pablo.
Yes, guys, speaking of international tournaments, for Chris De Chavez, playing last conference with Wilkins Balanga and other international challengers has made their team chemistry as solid as being currently the number 1 in our team standings, despite 3x3 being a whole different game for him. Chavez says they're out here to show that they're one of the best 3x3 teams here in the country, guys.
Thank you for that report, Miss Ira Pablo.
Actually, itong si Chris Chavez, umalis siya ng Pilipinas. He almost gave up on his dream to be a basketball player. And just a year ago, he decided, you know what? Let's go back to the Philippines. I'm gonna try to pursue my dream. At ang swerte nga daw niya, dahil napunta siya dito sa Balanga, nung una, pupunta lang siya ng mga ensayo. He just shows up during practice, and eventually, eventually they got him. So luck is on his side.
Mr. Chavez, brother Nico, also seeing action. 3x3 as Alvin Pasaol comes up dry there. Sorry miss for Alvin. His team still down by 2. We just saw an upset Mara, so ito Wilkins Balanga, they have to take care of business here and make sure that they secure a victory.
Alam ko for a fact itong si Pasaol gusto niyang bumawi. Hindi sila nakapaglaro noong Friday in preparation for the Manila Challenger. So this is his first time back since the first leg.
A short mula kay Alvin Pasaol. Piniquito from the outside, no good. Para sa mga nagtatanong, no, Mara, nabigyan pa rin naman ng points even if hindi sumali sa laro yung mga kupunan that represented the Philippines in the Manila Challenge.
Oh, that's absolutely right. In fact, itong Wilkins Balanga, they are #1 in our standing right now since they took home the first leg. And speaking of the Manila Challenger, kahit na hindi tayo nakapunta ng finals, maganda pa rin yun, we still got to collect points. And sabi nga ni Osvaldo Mascareñas, he feels that we're gonna make it to the top 24, which is a big deal for the Philippines.
Of course, want to make it to the top 24 for the sole reason of getting a ticket into the Olympic qualifying tournament for 3x3 basketball, which will be a medal event in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics for the very first time in history.
First time in history, and that's why we are working so hard to make this happen. We're making our last push for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So every game that we're having right here sa Magiting Cup, it'll count as points for that. So that's why we want to see a lot of support from our Filipino-loving sports fans.
This could be problematic, Mara, for Muntinlupa as they are slowly collecting fouls. As we know, pag sumobra na yung fouls mo, when you reach a team penalty, mabibigyan na ng 2 free throws ang kabilang koponan.
Most of them don't have the 3x3 experience. Pero they're showing that leadership inside. Actually, one of them, itong si Piniquito, he's actually a coach. So, ever since he's been coaching for 15 years, kahit na naglalaro siya, nagko-coach pa din siya. So his input here, you'll see that sometimes he'll be talking to the teammates, and that's his coaching experience showing.
Good move there. Coming from Carl De Hesa, you can call a timeout na live ball. Hindi pa yata alam ni Air David Carlos. It has to be a dead ball before you request your timeout. Sinignan siya ni Alvin Pasaol, who misses on the shot. Santillan gets the basket. It has to be a dead ball. Again, Air David Carlos will not be able to call a timeout. Ayun na, binigay na sa kanya finally yung bola because the ball bounced out. Habang naglalaro pa, habang after you get a rebound, you have to continue playing. Hindi ka pwedeng tumawag ng timeout. Those are the adjustments that our players will have to learn, will have to figure out as they go deeper into their campaigns sa 3x3.
That's right. Most of these players, sanay sila sa 5-on-5, which is ibang
Magingay naman yan kung gusto niyo nung Chooks to Go t-shirt na hawak ni si Dan Daniel. Magingay! Ay, ganyan ba yung ingay? I said magingay!
Chavez wax hot in their first game, an easy victory. You can see kung mainit pa rin yung kanyang kamay. As they now lead by 4 kontra sa Muntinlupa. Then Chavez, here we go for 2. Bang!
It's here!
We relax on this Tuesday, but...
Sabi nga ni Chris De Chavez, ito na daw ang pangalawang pagkakataon niya para maglaro din sa Pilipinas, kaya hindi niya to sasayangin pa.
This mula kay Alvin Pasaol as he took his sweet time. He got the ball back though off a careless turnover mula kay Piniquito.
Hey.
11-5. We crowned a new winner in our last leg ng ating Magiting Cup.
The firefighter, Bacolod.
Santillan knocks it down from deep. And it was very exciting kasi syempre palagi nating nakikita, no? If it's either Balanga or Basilan or Pasig na nakakasungkit ng panalo. So it's just about time for us to see new winners sa ating competitions.
The players, even the underdogs, are gaining confidence. Actually, itong firefighter Bacolod, they had Marquis in their first time sa 3x3, but he was the best player of the game. kitang-kita, they're gaining confidence. It's showing inside the hardcore. Dati, nung first leg natin, second leg natin, it's a bit predictable on who we're gonna see in the finals. This time around, they have more experience. The new teams are showing what they've got and that they are to be reckoned with.
Back-to-back twos for Santillan. Back-to-back-to-back. Hindi mangyayari yan. The heat check does not fall. Now, huge lead. Sa Balanga, 15-6.
And speaking of Santillan, he's a big reason kung bakit nakuha ng Balanga once again for the first leg of the Magiting.
Chavez. Ganang pasahan. Alvin Pasaol for two. Misses at the buzzer. Pero masyadong casual yung depensa dito ng Muntinlupa, allowing easy rebounds for Balanga. Tapos yung laro nila sa kabilang banda, halos one-on-one, Mara. One shot is good for Alvin Pasaol, and now they're 3 points away.
They really need to step up, especially facing a champion team like Balanga.
Pinapabayaan na nga lang nilang pumuntos itong Muntinlupa as they know they can get it back on offense.
This is where you'll see the experience dito sa 3x3. This is just Muntinlupa's second game, so kaba-kaba pa sila. They're still feeling each other out.
David Carlos with the free pass. Itong si Alvin Pasaol. He can because they're comfortably up and he finishes them off with a 2-point shot. Binigyan na lang no? Binigyan na lang ng pangkumpiyansa itong si David Carlos ni Alvin Pasaol. They were laughing it up since the start of these competitions. Of course, they are good friends. They've traveled together to represent the Philippines. Pasaol sa 3x3. David Carlos, slam dunk competitions, but it was total domination for Wilkins Balanga as they pick up their second victory of the group stage. They will march on to the quarterfinals. Another pool game action when we come back with Bacolod Firefighter going up against Crossover Magma Bicol.